Okay, so aligning with the stillness, again, is aligning with the control. Just like the center of a wheel makes the wheel go, makes the wagon go. The stillness, the hollowness, is what produces all the motion. You can think about the person that is the most still and unmoved, the most poker-faced person, is what causes everyone else to panic. The stillness causes everyone else to move. So the stillness is the control. The stillness causes all the motion. So when you align with the stillness, you align with control. And when you align with the stillness, whenever you make a movement away from the stillness, it is obvious when it is out of harmony with the universe. Because any motion that is in harmony is stillness in motion. Any natural motion is stillness in motion. That means there should be stillness within you, that it was a natural motion to where it was from your core of your being to where it was effortless. So it requires no compensation. It was effortless. It was from an infinite pool, from the stillness that is the infinity, that is the true you, the core. So every day you want to align with the stillness so that when you do move, it's stillness in motion. So it's effortless living. Because anything that isn't ease or easy is dis-ease. So the breath acceptance. You start your day with the breath acceptance. Let the breath catch you, because the breath is you. The breath is the spirit or the spira, whatever, what have you. So the breath is you, which inspires the animated body and propels it to its source, which is serenity. So that's what the breath is doing. So accept the breath, let it catch you, so you can align with the control of the day. Every day is showing you how to love it and live it. So you align with the day, you align with the control, so that, because that's your truest will anyway. That's what you truly want anyway. Is to stop denying yourself what you truly want. So you have to allow yourself to receive so that you can give to yourself. So, you know, in that process, you no longer see separation. One hand washes the other. Because you enjoy giving, because you see no separation. You see them receiving as you receiving. And since you enjoy the process of giving, then you're receiving as you give. So there's no separation. You're always receiving as you give. So that's when you're in stillness. That's when stillness is in motion. That's in harmony. So that's when you're drawing from an infinite pool. Whenever you draw from that finite pool, you're chasing. Whenever you're attracting, you're drawing from the infinity. So when you're going to get up every day, you're going to start your day, like I said, slowly, gradually, like the sun does. It doesn't jolt up into the sky. It gradually gets up. So you align with that obvious harmony. So you get up like that, gradually, like the sun's showing you how to do. And you draw from that infinite pool of breath, of infinite pool of wealth, and you slowly start cleaning and organizing. So you slowly start cleaning throughout your day. After you did your breath work, it'll all just happen. The body will just do it. It'll all be effortless. It won't be a trying thing. You don't have to try to clean your room if you just breathe. It'll just happen. So from there, you want to get sunlight so you can breathe in the sunlight. So then you can work out, raise the fire that way, run the blood, the light, which is the true identity, the light, the blood. The body is the glow from the light. The body is the Lucifer, the Luciferi. The light is the lucidity, light. The fairy is the transporter of the light. The body is the Lucifer. So the light is your true identity, is the blood. The body is the glow from the light. So as you run the light through the tissue, through the external you, through the Eve, so from the atom, from the nothingness, through the atom, through the Eve, through the tissue, and back, as you run it through the external world and into your internal world and run the light through that, then it's the same thing as you running energy from in you into the outer world. So then it's no different with the money, with everything. So you run the light through you, then you run all the other flows in your life, they all express themselves, the light being run externally too. So As long as you keep the light flowing, then it flows through you, and then there's no stagnation, and the parasites don't have to, eat you alive for you. So, anyway, let me digress. You're going from your breath to because you're going from ether. You're waking up from the ether, waking up, going from that to the breath acceptance, to your sunlight, to your fire workout. So you raise the fire from the workout, then you get your hot water, which is where fire meets. That's where fire meets water in your elements, as far as that, because that could hydrate your joints, depending on where you are. If your joints aren't hydrated enough, you might want to hydrate the joints before you do yoga and workouts, depending on your stage of the game. And then as far as your less dense earth element, because this is your less dense part of your day, of the elements, the least dense. So then you as far as your least dense, a way to get earth element is just to put your feet in the ground and start earthing. The next best step would be for the earth, would be the root herbs. So you take your root herbs and your hot water, and that's where fire meets water meets earth in a very low density. So you can still stay grounded, but you gradually cleanse that way. And you fill the body with something to fill the void. So you take your capsules, like wormwood and black walnut, activated charcoal, rhubarb root powder, yellow dock probably for a lot of people that can't stomach bitters. You take those capsules on an empty stomach. Your gentle herbs would be like your burdock, your dandelion root. Those are your gentle herbs. Those are the ones that you can take on a consistent basis. Your rough herbs would be like your more astringents, like I was saying, your wormwood, black walnut, cascara sagrada, rhubarb root. These are those herbs push a lot, so you gotta limit them. You can only take so much of them. So you gotta respect the spacing of the ingestion of the herbs, and when you're eating food too. So you can't take the herbs too close to the food, or something that doesn't get properly digested. And the more that you try to cleanse and overly cleanse ahead of yourself, and try to get ahead of yourself in the cleansing, the more life is going to continue to throw things at you to cleanse. So enjoy the process. So you eat your food, you digest it, then you take your herbs, and respect to that. You space everything out. So you're going from your ether to your air, to your fire, to your water, to your earth, and you're spacing everything out about an hour in between each element at least, just for the respect of each element. You can come in, it's good. Oh, it's unlocked, it's not, of course it'd be locked.
I'm sorry.
Not all good, yeah. So you gotta respect the spacing of your herbs and your digestion. So once you get to the densest meal, then you can work your way back down in density from earth to your hot water to your breath. So that could take. You're gonna go from the meal, digestion, and breathing, and just observing the digestion for an hour, then some hot water or tea, then some breathing. Then after that breath work, it might be like 2 p.m. in the day, because you should have eaten your heaviest meal around noon at the highest point of the sun, if at all. So then you have your activities, your crafts, make your plans, you clean. You want to do things. Your craft, as far as your craft is concerned, is completion with your hands. You have to see some gradual progress every day to stay in that state of progress, to stay slightly alkaline. So you're not too ahead of yourself beyond your means, not too dreamy. You're just taking one step at a time and not looking at the whole staircase. And you just got to see the gradual completion of each day, doing what you can while you can, and seeing things get completed with your hands from start to finish, instead of being a cog, just doing a piece of a job. So you just do your work, do what you can while you can, do your work and step back and enjoy the process. And whatever comes, comes, and whatever goes, goes. And that's just the process. So you follow the abundant childlike energy, the energy that you don't measure. The more measurement, the more you move with expectation, the more dead and dull your life is. So the least measured energy that you have, follow the flow of that. That's that path of least resistance. The water is trying to flow to the lowest point. So follow that energy, the least resistance. You're flowing to that abundant energy in the day. That childlike energy is in every day. You just got to know how to follow the Tao, because every day is teaching you how to love it if you just have the presence to pay attention. But the only way to have presence is to fully inhabit the body. The only way to fully inhabit the body is to do the breath work. Because to fully inhabit the body means full circulation, because your true identity is the light, which is the blood. The blood is iron. The iron on the periodic table is Fe. Fe. So iron on the periodic table is Fe. That's iron. Fe in Latin is faith. So the blood is faith. The blood is the light, is the presence, is the faith. So there's no fear when you have faith, when you have presence, when you pay attention, and you can see the Tao always balances out. The yin and yang always balances out. You never be a victim to it if you know that, and you can stay above yin and yang. But the only way to do that is to breathe and allow the light in, allow the presence in, allow the breath in, allow the breath to catch you, because that's your true you. So to let the presence in, and then you can flow with the natural spirit, and then you don't have to fight the harmony. So the day, there's a moon cycle, of course, and every 2-3 days the moon changes signs. So there's obvious cosmic energy in the 3D realm from the moon changing signs. So if the moon is in Taurus, you want to do activities that are in line with the slower moving vibration, earth vibration of Taurus. If it's in Aries, then you're doing things more with the fire of Aries and the supposed ego of Aries and the separation of Aries and fire. Whatever. Things that are in alignment with that cosmic energy, they are in abundance in the day. If you move with the Tao of the day and the energy that's there, and not with the energy that you want to be there, if you move with what is there, then, and don't move when it's not there, then you'll always have abundance. You'll never experience lack. You'll only move in accord with life, in accord with the Tao, the cosmic energy of the day. So, from that point, after you go through your activities, crafts, your planning, your rigorous cleaning, you're doing your work, you're stepping back, you do some tea, some more breath work to wind down as the day gets more alkaline. If you do have a second meal or a smoothie, it's around this time, so we're saying 6-7 p.m. maybe. And then more tea or breath work, or depending on where you are in your digestion, where you are in your life. And then you rest and observe. So, let's look at this theoretically. All right, 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. should be your rest time. That's your best rest time. That's your night fire. It goes to wood though eventually. But that's when the night fire starts. That's when your endocrine charges. That's when your gallbladder's detoxing. That's when your liver starts to do its thing a little bit right there. And that's your night fire around 8 p.m. And then it starts to go into wood, because wood is expansive. You know, wood is expansive as you get into the latter parts. Into 2 a.m. you're getting into that wooden time. So then after that 2 a.m. and on, then you're getting into your lungs. So you're getting into the metal. Metal is attraction. So your lungs is all at your wings as an angel, or angle of light. Your lungs are your wings. So that's how you get your attraction. That's where that's from. In these periods, in the darkest hours, is where your light should be the brightest. And that's when you need the wings. That's when you need to breathe the most to bring the light in. So that, and then from there, your large intestines is detoxing, your stomach's detoxing a little bit by 8 a.m. So then from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m., you're starting to work on, you run into your earth energy, which transitions into fire. So then you got your stomach, spleen, eventually heart energy from 12 to about 2, and then small intestine around 2 p.m. So that's what wants to be expressed in the harmony of life. So the liver is always going to control your happiness and your sadness. The gallbladder is controlling your gall, your audacity, your bitterness. And so that has everything to do with your regulation of sweet, of course, obviously, because let's look at the end of the night when we're going into we're going from this, excuse me, let's look at the middle of the day when we're going from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. when we're going into this water stage. So we got bladder, kidney, and pericardium. So bladder is controlling anxiety, kidneys controlling anxiety. So then you're going from water to fire there. And then, like I said, at night it's just funny that you're going into this alkalinity, and then the bitterness in the gallbladder is being regulated in that time. It's not funny, it's just perfection, honestly. It's not really funny, but if we didn't laugh, it wouldn't be the Tao. So that's really all I wanted to say for that part of the video. I got another little thing I wanted to put up here. That's that. Align with the stillness. Yeah. So this is the reduction lifestyle. Everything else is a death style. This is the reduction lifestyle. So this is where we're trying to get to a point where we no longer wake up, where we're constantly conscious. You wake up all the cells. You gotta constantly reduce, because reduction is production. So you're getting out of the way of creation until the light totally shines through and the mirror is totally clear and expressed. So this is the reduction lifestyle. So you pull from an infinite cup, like I was saying. You pull from the breath, you pull from those greater wells. You're filling the void more with those things like breath, music, good times, good people, water, fluids. The less dense things, then the less that things are full, the more space that you have to operate with, the more potential that you have to operate with. So you're not trying to fill the void, you're trying to realize that you are the void, and in that void is infinite possibility. So with more breath, less desire. More breath, less desire. It's just that simple. So you fill the body with the light, with the presence, with the faith, with the faith, and then there's automatic less desire. The more you breathe, the less you'll eat. It's just that simple. Doesn't matter what you eat right now. The more that you do the breathing, the more that you take herbs, it doesn't matter. Your life will change, your expression will change, your emotions will shift. Everything will change the more that you breathe. Because your wiring, this is your wiring. This is again, the breath work is the spirit. So it's your spiritual government. So you're changing your thinking, and your cells are under the government of your thinking. So when you can pay attention, then you can see that life is on a curve. You can see the bending of the bow. So you can say this is the Tao, and this is the center of the circle. This is immortality right here. So this is good, and this is bad, or whatever. And they're always balancing out. And it doesn't mean, that's the Tao right there. And you always have people going this way, going into overly alkaline or overly acidic, and then it's constant compensation and constantly going up and down the ladder, because when you're going up and down the ladder, your position is shaky. But if you stay at the center of the circle with your feet on the ground, you'll never lose your balance. So it's about taking those gradual steps instead of going into this identity of good and bad. It's just allowing life to take its course and not judging it. That's how you stay at the center of the circle. But the only way to do that is to have that presence, so that you don't have any fear. Because the fear is where the judgment comes from. I think that's the end of the video.